Hey there. Welcome to the Easy Everyday English podcast. Here at Menglish, you're going to learn how to say whatever's on your mind with confidence. Stick with me for 90 days. Keep these podcasts playing, and you'll start building a better version of yourself, step by step. To get the best results, repeat everything you hear out loud. Consistency is the key. Let's get the ball rolling. Welcome back. Today we're breaking down the legendary Atomic Habits by James Clear. We're going to learn exactly how to stop chasing goals and start building systems that actually work. In this video, I'll show you how to hack your brain to make good habits easy and bad ones impossible. If you're ready to finally achieve what you've been aiming for, one tiny win at a time, let's dive in. What if I told you that to change your life, you don't need to do anything massive? You don't need to quit your job, move to a new city, or reinvent your entire personality overnight. In fact, if you try to do that, you'll probably fail. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into a book that has literally sold over 15 million copies and transformed how we think about human behavior. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Most people think that to achieve big results, you need big actions. But James Clear argues the exact opposite. He says that the most impactful changes come from things that are as small as atoms. Hence the title, Atomic Habits. Here's the core math of the book. If you can get just 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done. But if you get 1% worse, you'll decline down to almost zero. This is the compound interest of self-improvement. In this video, we're breaking down the 4 laws of behavior change and how you can use them to build habits that actually stick. Let's get into it. Forget goals, focus on systems. Host, before we get to the how-to, we need to talk about one of the most controversial points in the book. Clear says you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Think about it. The winner and the loser of the Olympics both have the same goal, to win the gold medal. The goal didn't make the difference, their training system did. Goals are about the results you want to achieve. Systems are about the processes that lead to those results. If you're a coach, your goal might be to win a championship. Your system is the way you recruit players, manage your assistant coaches, and conduct practice. The identity shift. Another huge mistake we make is focusing on what we want to achieve instead of who we want to become. Clear describes 3 layers of behavior change. 1. Outcomes, changing your results. 2. Process, changing your habits. 3. Identity, changing your beliefs. Don't say I'm trying to quit smoking. Don't say I'm trying to write a book. Say I am a writer. When your behavior and your identity are aligned, you're no longer fighting yourself. You're just acting like the person you already believe you are. The first law, make it obvious. Now let's get into the practical framework. How do we actually build a habit? Law number 1 is make it obvious. Most of our habits are automatic. We don't even think about them. The first step is awareness. Clear suggests using a habit scorecard. Write down everything you do from the moment you wake up. Is it a positive, negative, or neutral habit? You can't change what you don't notice. Once you know your habits, use these 2 powerful tools. 1. Implementation intentions. Stop being vague. Don't say I'm going to exercise more. Say I will behavior at time in location. Example, I will meditate for 1 minute at 7 a.m. in my kitchen. 2. Habit stacking. This is my personal favorite. You take a habit you already have and stack a new one on top of it. The formula is, after current habit, I will new habit. Example, after I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. Environment matters. Stop relying on willpower. Willpower is a limited resource. Instead, design your environment for success. If you want to drink more water, put a bottle on your desk, your nightstand, and in your car. If you want to play guitar more, don't keep it in the closet. Put it in the middle of the living room. Be the architect of your surroundings, not the victim of them. The second law is make it attractive. Why? Because dopamine is the driver of habit formation. Our brains are hardwired to seek rewards. Temptation bundling is a brilliant strategy where you link an action you want to do with an action you need to do. Let's say you love watching Netflix, but you need to exercise. Tell yourself, I am only allowed to watch my favorite show while I'm on the stationary bike. Suddenly, the boring habit becomes attractive because it's tied to something you love. We are social creatures. We pick up the habits of the people around us. One of the most effective things you can do is join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. If you want to read more, join a book club. If you want to get fit, hang out with people who go to the gym. When you're surrounded by people who are already doing what you want to do, it stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a way of life. You can also program your brain to get into a certain state. If you always play the same song before you start working, eventually, just hearing that song will trigger a state of deep focus. You're creating an association between a cue and a feeling. So we've made the habit obvious and we've made it attractive. But what happens when things get hard? What happens when you're tired or busy or just don't feel like it? That's where the next two laws come in. Make it easy and make it satisfying. In the next part of this breakdown, I'm going to show you the 2-minute rule, which is the ultimate cure for procrastination, and how to track your progress so you never lose motivation again. But before we move on, I have a question for you. What is one small habit you've been trying to start? Write it down in the comments using the After Current Habit, I Will New Habit formula right now. All right, we've made it obvious and attractive. Now let's talk about the law of least resistance. Law number 3 is make it easy. How many times have you started a New Year's resolution, like, I'm going to go to the gym for an hour every day, and lasted exactly 4 days? Why? Because it's hard. Humans are biologically wired to conserve energy. We follow the path of least resistance. James Clear says, stop trying to optimize for a habit you haven't even started yet. The 2-minute rule. This is the ultimate hack in the entire book. It's simple. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Instead of read 30 pages, it's read 1 page. Instead of do 30 minutes of yoga, it's take out my yoga mat. Instead of fold all the laundry, it's fold 1 pair of socks. You might think, this is ridiculous. 1 page won't make me a reader. But the point isn't to read 1 page. The point is to master the art of showing up. You can't improve a habit that doesn't exist. Once you become the person who shows up every single day, then and only then can you start to optimize. Friction versus flow. If you want to break a bad habit, do the opposite. Make it difficult. Want to stop watching so much TV? Unplug it and take the batteries out of the remote after every use. Now the friction to watch TV is high, and you're more likely to grab a book instead. Design your life so that the right thing is the easy thing. The 4th law, make it satisfying. Host, the first 3 laws increase your chances of performing the behavior this time. The 4th law, make it satisfying, increases the odds that you'll repeat it next time. Our brains evolved in what's called an immediate return environment. Thousands of years ago, if you found food, you ate it immediately. If you saw a predator, you ran. We are wired for instant gratification. But modern success? It's a delayed return environment. You work for a month to get a paycheck. You exercise for a year to lose weight. There's a gap between the action and the result. To bridge that gap, you need an immediate reward. Trying to save money? Open a savings account labeled Trip to Europe. Every time you skip a $10 latte, put $10 into that account. Seeing the balance go up provides that instant hit of dopamine that makes the sacrifice worth it. The habit tracker? One of the most satisfying feelings is crossing something off a list. Don't break the chain. Get a calendar and put a big red X on every day you complete your habit. Seeing your progress visually is a reward in itself. Wait, what if I fail? James Clear has a golden rule for this. Never miss twice. Missing one day is an accident. Missing 2 days is the start of a new habit. If you miss a day, get back on track immediately. Don't be a perfectionist. Be a stayer. Advanced tactics. The Goldilocks rule. Host. Now let's talk about how to stay motivated for the long haul. Why do we get bored? We get bored when things are too easy. We get frustrated when things are too hard. The sweet spot is what Clear calls the Goldilocks rule. You should work on tasks that are right on the edge of your current ability. Not so hard that you quit, but not so easy that you zone out. It's that 4% or 5% challenge above your comfort zone that keeps you in the flow state. But here's the cold, hard truth. Success is boring. The difference between a pro and an amateur isn't talent. It's that the pro shows up even when the work is boring. They fall in love with the boredom. They embrace the daily grind because they know their system is working. Conclusion: the compound effect of you. Host, as we wrap this up, I want you to look at your life not as a series of big events, but as a collection of tiny atomic habits. Your bank account is a lagging measure of your financial habits. Your weight is a lagging measure of your eating habits. Your knowledge is a lagging measure of your learning habits. You get what you repeat. If you're feeling stuck today, don't look at the mountain. Just look at the next 1%. What is one 2-minute version of a habit you can start right now? Is it drinking 1 glass of water? Is it writing 1 sentence? Whatever it is, do it today. Tomorrow, do it again. And a year from now, you won't even recognize the person you've become. Thank you so much for watching/listening. If this breakdown helped you, hit that subscribe button and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, tiny changes, remarkable results.